Today we're going to bake banana bread. So before you begin doing anything else, you're going to need a loaf tin, a 2-pound loaf tin, lined with greaseproof paper. And you want your oven warm and before you start baking, so you should turn your oven on. And I'm putting this one to 160 degrees because it's a fan oven. Okay. The ingredients for the banana bread are 225 grams of self-raising flour, 175 grams of caster sugar, 100 grams of butter, 1 teaspoon or 5 milliliters of baking powder, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of milk, and the most important ingredient, 2 ripe bananas. And you want your bananas to be as black as possible because ripe bananas are sweet and soft. The first thing we're going to do is to mash the bananas. And we're going to mash them until they are very soft, almost liquid. Okay, so the bananas are well mashed, very soft, almost like a liquid. We need to beat the eggs lightly. So we can beat the eggs gently until the yolks are mixed through the white. And now, what makes this loaf so easy to make, we simply put all of the ingredients together into a bowl and mix. So, we have flour, sugar. I'm going to put the butter into the microwave for about 20 seconds to soften it. Just to make it easier to mix. So the softened butter goes into the bowl with the 2 eggs, milk, the baking powder, and the bananas. And I'm going to beat the mixture for about 2 minutes. So it's been beat. We've been beating it for about 2 minutes, and now we pour the mixture into the loaf tin, which has been lined with greaseproof paper. So using a spatula, scrape out it's a thick sticky mixture. You want the top nice and level, and it goes into the oven and is in the oven for nearly an hour. We leave it to bake for around an hour, and then we have to check to make sure that it's properly ready. It's now 50 minutes since I put the loaf in the oven. And as you can see, it's becoming a nice golden brown. I'm going to use a skewer to test it. Put the skewer in, and when it comes out I can see that the mixture is still slightly soft. You can see it's not yet clean. So I'm putting it back into the oven for a further 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes have passed. So once again, take a skewer in the thickest part, and as you can see this time the skewer is dry. So the loaf is ready, and we'll leave it sitting in its tin for about 10 minutes. The loaf has had a chance to cool in the tin for about 10 minutes. So I'm now going to take it out. Carefully take away the paper and put the loaf on a rack to cool.
And the last thing is to cut it and enjoy it. Mm.